Hey, welcome back everybody to our second day of league play here for season number 8. We're our last matchup of the night. We're headed over to the Prospect League. We got the Melons going off against the Bandits here, two longtime prospect teams who have always kind of been in the mix of playoffs. And I'm joined here with the man behind it all, Rocker Man. How you doing?
Eagles, I'm doing great. It's good to have you back. It's been a while since we casted, way back to Titan League Grand Finals, I think. So good to be back in the booth with you, and I'm excited. We got an exciting matchup, and we do have an exciting announcement to end the stream after this matchup. So stick around for that. That's coming at the very end here. A little special announcement at the very end. So, but yeah, this one should be a really good one. We got two of the best records from last season. The Melons went all the way to the grand finals, runners up, and the Bandits, they were a really good team too as well, 12-6 in the regular season. So we should be in for a good one, even though there are different rosters heading into the season. I'm still very excited to see what these guys have to offer.
Yeah, we actually got a Redwater coming down from Challenger, and I think Midnight actually coming down from Challenger as well.
From last season?
Yes, from last season.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, both those guys did. So.
Yeah, but both those players definitely solid. I'd definitely give the edge over to Midnight just because he's been on a lot of my teams in the past when I was a GM, and I really like what I've seen from him. And then Adala kind of coming out of nowhere for the Melons last season and almost giving them a dub in the championships. But
yeah,
I'm kind of waiting for the Bandits to kind of reach that next level. They always get to quarterfinals, and then it's like a Game 7 series, and then they never make it past the Game 7 series. Obviously, early goings here. So we got a long time to go before the eventual playoffs here for Season 8. But, I think potentially a very precursor here playoff series.
Yeah, it definitely could be. And something to note, and they talked to these guys from last season, but this season, Bagels, the rosters are almost completely different. Would you have some more challenger drop downs with the prospect, I guess, upper boundary going up? We got Wolfie on the Bandits and Sands on the Bandits this season. So Wolfie and Sands here, both from Challenger last season, and I Fear the Beard is the third on their roster. He was in Prospect last season. And then Melons, they are returning Adala from last season, but they also have voakes, who was former rival a couple seasons ago, was Challenger last season, dropped down now, and then Alpha and Drips. Drips is new to Nemesis. Alpha has been around, was on the Blackhawks last season. So the rosters are almost completely different except for Adala. So who knows what's going to happen here. Both the teams coming in 1-0 and a lot to prove on the day.
No, definitely. That is my bad. Midnight went up to the bias and Challenger. That's why I was getting a little confused there. So he is not playing on the Melons here. But no, I'm definitely excited to check this out. Like I said, I think it could be a potential playoff match in the near future, even though they are across opposite conferences there. Are we just waiting on... Oh, no, we're not waiting on anybody. You got any predictions heading into this one?
Ooh, you're making a prediction? That's tough. That's tough here. I got to go with the Melons. Here. Defending runner-ups here. Bringing back Adala. I don't know if Adala is going to be playing in this one. Looks like Adala is actually not playing in this one, but Voakes and Alpha and Drips are going to be starting against Sans, Wolfie, and Fear the Beard. I got to go with the Melons, though. I don't know if I could trust Sans as much as I love him. I don't know, but he's dropping down to Prospect with Wolfie, who's another great player who was in Challenger. So, honestly, it could go either way. The Discord's going with the Melons, though, 44-19, and that's, I think, where I'm lying at the moment. But a lot to be determined is this one's going to find the back, and then Alpha is scoring it first.
I was just about to say, logic lies with the Melons. My heart lies with the Bandits, and then Sans just... kind of caught with his pants down in the net, and is that one's going to sneak by for the first goal here. So the Melons will strike first, but yeah, definitely more of a star-studded roster for the Melons with Alpha and Voakes of seasons past, along with Sands and Wolfie on the other side. Definitely two capable players as well, but logic would give the edge over here to the Melons. But quickly, a counterattack almost coming out for the Bandits, but not able to convert on it. As Wolfie with a touch to the middle, nobody quite ready. As Drip's just going to bang it out to the side. Beard off the left side as well as Sands looking for a pinch back to the mid. Not quite going to go in his favor. Wolfie charging in hard. And again, a 50 tossed off to the side. And so far, it's just kind of one big mistake for the Bandits as they're starting to gain some pressure, but haven't really gotten a threatening opportunity out of it yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. Both these teams, they're still kind of feeling each other out. It's the first stream game of the season. Obviously, it's got to be a little bit of nerves here, knowing you're on the big stage. So trying to overcome that. And Bagels, some a little bit of a fun fact here. I know we talked about the predictions earlier, and I know these two teams probably maybe have no idea. Maybe Sands might be the only one that knows about this, but surprisingly, the Melons have never beat the Bandits. The Bandits are 3-0 against the Melons all time. So I don't know, just a fun little fact here. We'll see if the Melons can pull out their first win ever against the Bandits.
Well, if there would be a team to do it, I think it could be this team right here, or will history once again prove to be consistent? As Alpha out of the corner, a lot of boost to work with, a lot of time going for the solo air dribble, perhaps the flip reset, but even though Prospect has moved up into the upper MMR boundaries, and we're going to be hard-pressed to find a player consistently hitting those as a backwards doink comes out, unconventional, but gets the clear for now as harassment coming out, but Sands able to get the goal line stand save. It's a double commit forced via the Melons offense. Again, Wolfie just a last-second touch. Sands avoiding some bumps. Beard going to rush in to get the touch, but again, they have a lot of time to work with and don't effectively use it as Drips gets a pinch backwards onto his own side. Alpha again gets the corner boost, and Alpha's doing a lot of work to get this ball out of defense, but again, Bandits standing tall on the defensive side of things, but they only kind of got that one shot off in that barrage a few minutes ago. Other than that, it's been some lockdown play from the Melons thus far.
Yeah, the Melons really kind of putting the shot department, putting the work in the shot department, if you will, here, is they've got 6 shots. The Bandits, as you kind of referenced, they've only got 1. So, they got to get out of their half here. The Melons are kind of suffocating them, and I think it's a little bit awkward. We saw one earlier where Fear the Beard was trying to get it clear, but Sands also wanted to go, and they ended up with a soft touch, and it's kind of kept them stuck as here comes the voakes, put that in, and there might have been an aerial bump there at the end to block out the last defender by Drips.
Yeah, something happened back here. Beard tried to jump. I'm not quite sure if he was going to get that either way. It was a top shelf shot, but either way, the defensive opportunity was blocked out, if there ever was one.
They both bumped him. Alpha and Drips both got a bump on the last defender there to shut it down.
That is unfortunate on the side of the Bandits, as now staring down the barrel of a 2-0 deficit. Beard past 1, trying to get past 2, couldn't flick it over. Sands, good setup for Wolfie, who just sends it straight on. Could have hit it high off the backboard, or maybe a pass over to Sands would have been a better option. Now it goes off the backboard, but Drips there first. He's going to take it around Sands. Off the side, looking for a hit to the middle. Alpha 50 off the ceiling and gets a bump in the backside. As voakes ends up missing his touch, as Beard takes the sky once more. And Sands kind of just lurking, again, positioning not really on point here for the Bandits. As Wolfie to the middle, Beard opting not to turn on this, and he gets bumped into it. There's been a third or 3 or 4 just weird pinches that have gone in the way of not the team going for the pinch. They've always gone backwards.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes in the process. Not everything works out as you expected down here, but with 30 seconds left, the Melons, they just really got to hold on here. The Bandits have yet to really find anything as a huge pinch comes down, but great backboard defense and the final seconds ticking away. It could lead to a dub here to start out things.
Yeah, as the clock is counting down, Beard again on the defensive side has an easy save, but opts to just snipe his own bottom left corner there, and that will secure game number 1 here.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're down like that, just trying to make a touch, a hero touch, if you will. But the Melons, a really solid performance here, 3 goals, and my guy voakes here, he's moved down a couple of leagues here. He was on the Samurai last season, but he's put a performance here, and I'm very impressed by voakes. So Bandits are trying to get one there at the last second, but Melons will take game 1. I love voakes. He's a great player and a great guy, and leading the way here in game number 1 for the Melons. A perfect start for them.
Yeah, going 2 for 5 on shots there. And Alpha with an assist and a goal to his name as well. But the Bandits just, moral of the story there is they couldn't just break the halfway line. Every time they tried, the Melons would get it out. And the few times it was in their corner, there was a big clear coming out from Alpha. He got the corner boost and was able to air dribble it out. Second one wasn't as pretty as the first, as he was trying to get that reset on that first go around. But either way, as dominating as the numbers looked, as dominating as the performance looked, I still think the Bandits could easily worm their way back into the series if they could just figure out their defensive positioning.
Oh, for sure here. I mean, I think the Bandits actually, they look decent when they, obviously they were getting suffocated, but, like you said, they figured out a little bit of this rotation. I think there's a lot of potential. These are three great players. I mean, Wolfie, he's been around Nemesis since season 1, I believe, and, down in Prospect now. He's a great player still, and Fear the Beard was great on Hypernova last season, and, Sans also, probably an underrated player as well, dropping down to Challenger, so... like you said, figure out a little bit of those rotations, get some communication. Maybe you have to play a little bit faster to try to get in that rotation and get some possession of your own. But if they can do that, by all means, they are not out of this one yet.
Yeah, scoreless to start thus far, but again, the defensive rotation starting to break down. Voakes with an opportunity to follow up there for Alpha, as he will sneak it behind the pre-flipping defender. And they will once again strike first.
Yeah, and it's again the rotation. I mean, Fear the Beard is just left in no man's land. I'm not sure where Wolfie and Sans were on that one, but I mean, Fear the Beard was back there for quite a bit of time, and you can't expect him to fight off 2 defenders in net by himself. And Melons, they're going to capitalize all day with Voakes and Alpha there. So right back into the lead here, and the Bandits gotta try to regain his Wolfie just touching that one for no apparent reason, really, and kind of cut things off there. And man, the Bandits looking a little bit discombobulated on this one.
Oh, as a mistouch comes out, Sans gets a solid redirect to keep the pressure up into the corner. Wolfie up, but so is Sans. Puts the shot on. Alpha will easily send that one away and to the side. Another pinch. Every pinch has gone backwards. I don't understand the logistics behind it, but we're 5 for 5 on backwards pinches. His Beard's trying to get a very tough read. And double whip comes out, and it will only benefit the Melons offense. And again, every time the Melons are pushing up, I mean, that's just a ball that you quite don't need to go for right there.
Yeah, that one was tough, and it's a little bit of an awkward touch from Beard, and then, I mean, trying to save that ball from Wolfie, it's just rough there. And the Melons, they've been able to capitalize on everything here. Every mistake that the Bandits have made, they've been able to capitalize on. So Bandits, they just got to cut down on it. They just got to cut down on these mistakes. They're allowing too many of them, and the Melons have done a perfect job so far in these first 2 games.
Yeah, and Beard, that was a tough aerial to go for. Almost had it. Looked pretty clean, but I think he just needed about 5-10 more boost. Had a really solid challenge a few seconds ago that almost led to a goal, but Sans not able to find the accuracy on that shot. Defender might have been in the way either way, but Fear the Beard again with a huge shot. Sans, he's to the ball first. Yeah. Alpha gets bumped out of net, and Bandits will score their first goal of the series.
And there we go. That's how you do it there. Put Voakes in an awkward spot, and Sans, a perfect right here, just coming down, taking that shot. And that's how you do it for the Bandits. Finally here on the board in this series, and a perfect time to do so here with a lot of time left in Game 2.
Yeah, and that was a really good shot, but at the same time, Alpha may have had the touch. His Beard going for a double, perhaps. Off target, Voakes, he's going to whip this out. Not exactly if that's the time you want to employ the Grandmaster strategy, but it did work out for the Melons. Beard with the early push probably was the right decision in the 3v1, but he's just got to find contact there.
Yeah, it's another spot where Beard's left his last man back. I'm not sure if this is just part of their strategy. Wolfie and Sans are going to play ultra aggressive, and Beard is just kind of be a third man, but we've seen that twice now, Bagels, in this game where Beard's been left last man back. Maybe you could even argue 3 times where he was almost the last man back, and it's hurt him. But wait a minute, here comes Wolfie for the shot. No, he missed the open net and the follow. Oh my goodness, Dross makes the save, and calamity for the Bandits.
And I'm pretty sure he had at least another second or 2 to come out with that shot. And it would have been an easier one if he just waited. But tried to get that quick shot. Had the opportunity, wasn't able to find the accuracy. And Sans actually had a really good follow-up. His shot was on target, but a Melons defender at that point was able to get back on defense. But still, this is good from the Bandits here. in game number 2. They've got the pressure. They're just missing these opportunities. They got to capitalize on them. Beard with another huge 50. Oh my goodness, that's the third aerial like that from him. And, it just kind of worms its way in.
He's a menace right there. Look at that, just full extension there. Hitting it with the bottom of his car, finding the dunk, and putting it in the back of the net and keeping his team alive here. 147, a lot of time to play with here in this one. And being down by 1, it's an eternity here in Rocket League.
Yeah, the unlikeliest of all opportunities, but Beard able to come out with the dunk there. Minute and a half is a good amount of time to work with this. Beard again going for a crazy dunk, but Alpha will fake him out on the sidewall. Folks, quick touch. Wolfie off the backboard. Beard again jumped early and had the backflip because he didn't find the read. Kind of threw his teammate Sands off. He's just going to dish away possession into the hands of Alpha again. Bandits not recognizing when they have time, when they have space. Even if you have 0 boost, that doesn't mean you have to hit the ball right out of your hands right away. You can stay close to it, get a good 50 as a follow-up. Still, Bandits are pouring the pressure on Melons for now. They just got to sneak one more opportunity through. Another huge dunk from Beard. Voakes is awkward. Wolfie there for the shot. He's able to get back and provide some disruption. As Beard trying to take it slow, and that's it. I was just talking about when you do want to recognize you have time and space. That is not one of those times, unfortunately.
I think he did have the time a little bit there, but he just got awkward on the touch, and then just the panic flip at the end, and that's heartbreaking right there for Fear the Beard. And it's another one where he's the last man back a goal. Maybe that one a little bit more his fault than maybe some of the previous ones, but that's tough right there. And with 40 seconds left, 2 goals, they're gonna need to pull some magic right here.
Ooh, because that ball was sent right into the hands of Sands, but couldn't get the bang he was looking for. Again, another backflip. Keeps possession close to him this time around. Yep.
Okay. All right, then. Wolfie looks like he's trying to clear it to the corner and just hit it at his own net. And I don't know. That's not what you expect from Wolfie. I mean, I don't know. I remember times where Wolfie in Challenger he was that guy to be feared. When you see Wolfie coming at you on the pitch, and even sometimes last season, Wolfie was great in Challenger on motion, but I don't know, just something maybe a little bit off today. And I think the rotations just seemed a little bit weird from the Bandits in these first 2 games, and it's really cost them. I mean, it's just they're kind of beating themselves in this one. I mean, I think the first game was a lot about the Melons capitalizing on the Bandits' mistakes, but in this game, it's been own goals, it's been missed touches. I mean, there was 2 own goals there. The last 2 goals the Melons got were own goals. So it's like, they're just beating themselves here and, put themselves in a terrible situation as the Melons win game 2, 5-2, and now they're just 1 win away from sweeping the Bandits here.
Yeah, and not a bad game by the Melons by any means, but I really feel like Bandits had control of this game number 2, but it was just the story of they got opportunities and they did not capitalize off of them. There was the one where it was just loitering over the crossbar there, and Wolfie couldn't put it in. Sands had a quick follow-up, but a defender got back. And then the weird rotational goals for goal 1, goal 2 for the Melons. And then, I mean, at this point, they're going to have to hope for a reverse sweep to try and counter the Melons here. But it's possible, but consistency is not in their favor at the moment.
Yeah, and, a lot of times we do talk about a reverse sweep, and, it's always tough to do. But I think the one thing that they do have on their side here, Bagels, is that they beat themselves, like I was mentioning at the end of last game. They beat themselves in that one. I mean, the missed open net that they had, the 2 own goals that they had. I mean, those are mistakes that, these guys aren't normally making. And if they can cut down on those mistakes, they'll have a good shot here. He's peered over the defender at upper 90, and they start out with the first goal.
That is an important point to make as Alpha gets demoed, spawns directly in the path of the ball, gets demoed again, but he gives away possession. And, I mean, that was an absolute snipe from Beard. And this time the Bandits are going to be the ones who scored first. And just like the old story says, you score first, you win however many 90% point, whatever the heck percentage point at a time. So, good if you're the Bandits here.
Yeah, that's huge. And I think, really, Bagels, they just need some momentum in this one. I want to see if I was a Bandits fan or a Bandits player, I want to see a quick goal here. I want them to get up a 2-goal lead here, give themselves a shot. I do not want to see that. But Drips, he does want to see that. The Melons fanatics are loving that as he just, oh my god, he just dunked the living daylights out of Wolfie. Oh, he didn't even dunk him, he just beat him quicker.
Yeah, and again, Beard, more often than not, is the last person back. Sometimes it's just he's put in a bad spot. Sometimes he puts himself in those bad spots. And I think that's just one of those points where there's so many players up in the air for the ball, you can't guarantee that your teammate is going to win out that challenge. So he's just got to play a little bit more defensive there. As Stands with the open net. Beard for the follow-up will bail his teammate out. And again, things not looking clean as just an easy open net for Sands, but Beard with the clinical precision to put it behind Drips.
Yeah, and thank goodness Beard was there to finish that one off, because I was about to be feeling so bad for Sands right there after missing that one. But yeah, they're just making uncharacteristic misses. Here are the Bandits, but again, they just got to push through them. They gotta keep going. You can't let it get in your mental here, and they were able to follow that up with Beard, who's performing pretty well in this game. Scored quite a few goals, and that was a huge one there. Is they're going to give themselves a chance, but dangerous ball. Oh my goodness, what is that?
Okay, Beard's just been dunking the ever-living daylights out of everybody this whole series, and I mean that's the maybe the best possible scenario is you hit it to the corner, one of the two teammates there for the Bandits, but that actually wasn't bad. They pinched that out. That was actually one of 6 pinches that was going to be in favor. It was going to go forward down the field, but Alpha just presented himself and dunked the daylights out of that, and another unconventional goal, this time going via the Melons, and wow.
Yeah, and Bagels, that's one of those ones that, if you're on the Bandits, you just gotta be like, man, we can't do anything right here. I mean, we can't even just pinch the ball away and clear it without them getting a goal like that. And Alpha, when you're first man, sometimes you can just throw yourself at the ball and good things will happen there. And that time it did. And he's able to tie things up here. But 3 minutes left in Game 3. The Bandits gotta find another way to regain. Don't let the Melons keep this momentum rolling their way.
Yeah, but again, that was a double commit that forced it. If they don't double commit, they don't get dunked because one of the two of them sends it to the corner. And communication rotation still not on point here. I need a big goal from Sands. I need him to step up after missing that open net. And he had a kind of solid solo play opportunity as, oh my god, what a touch from Beard, but his teammate Wolfie could not read that. And Sands just, oh my goodness, an Alpha there again, just gonna solo it all the way down the field, and so much pressure coming out from the Bandits, but you give Alpha one opportunity, and he probably isn't gonna miss.
Yeah, Alpha just throws it all the way down there, and it looks like Beard, again, last man back, trying to get to that ball, but not quite quick enough on the rotation. And yeah, Alpha, he's been scoring quite a few goals in this one, and it's really helped the Melons here. Is this one going towards the net again? A counterattack, Voakes puts it in, and the Melons are feeling good right now, back up to a 2-goal lead.
And, I mean, the Bandits players are just going for challenges that don't need to be made. I mean, that last goal, the third goal, Sands pre-jumped, and he just didn't need to because Alpha had complete possession of the ball on the sidewall, and then he flicked it over. The final air dribble there. They do come back with a kickoff goal here, and the fourth goal for them, Wolfie was... And the Bandits players, they just got to stop pre-jumping. You got to respect the opposition, but that doesn't mean you got to pre-jump every opportunity. This is Prospect. This isn't Titan League where people are going to get double flip resets every time.
That is true. There is a difference between playing fast and, playing way too fast. And I think the Bandits playing a little bit way too fast, a little bit out of control, if you will, as here they go again, as this one, oh my goodness, almost pinched back in their net. But I mean, Fear the Beard, he's got a hat trick in this one. So, he may have been left last back many times in this series, but he's been able to get the offense for his team as Sands stole the boost from Wolfie there. Might be able to do something, but here comes Fear the Beard. Looking for a fourth there. It's off the crossbar. Sands looking for the follow, but can't connect. Oh, that one heartbreaking, as that could have been the equalizer, but 1:40 left, and Bandits staying within 1. They've got a shot here.
Sands gets the ball to the middle, gets the demo, and a whiff comes out for the Melons. A very uncharacteristic whiff. Good setup from Sands, but ultimately, Voakes, he's got to make that touch. Yeah,
he does. He's going to be kicking himself a little bit there, knowing that I should hit that, And And I know a lot of people, myself included, when you're playing a match like this, you really you expect yourself to make every touch, and these guys expect to hit every touch. But it is Prospect League; they're not going to hit every single ball. And I mean, Fear the Beard is having himself a game right now, single-handedly keeping his team here in this one. As he's got 4 goals himself. He's the same amount as the Melons combined, so he's really putting in the work here for his team here. And we'll see if he can find a 5th. And if the Bandits can bring it back here, but this one, dangerous ball, can be saved away for the moment.
Still the attack on, and Beard just caught in no man's land again. He's left last back. Not really much he can do there. Huge dunk from Alpha. Drips with the bouncer. I mean, if he's just turned around the opposite way, maybe he could get it.
Probably. I would say so if he was, but I mean, he had to rotate back there, and I mean, the bounce shot, it can be so deadly. I think it's an underrated thing. A lot of people talk about, bounce shots not being good, but, sometimes they can be so underrated. They're not super common, but when they do happen, they can definitely throw off your opponent. And, that one, obviously, Beard caught backwards, and Melons right back in it, and 47 seconds left. The Bandits trying to avoid the sweep here as the Melons looking to get their first ever win against the Bandits. But wait a minute, the net is open. Wolfie sends it down, but no speed. And Beard's going to get the 5th. Oh my goodness, he finishes it off. 5 goals for Beard, and we're tied at 5.
I thought it was just a formality at that point that Beard was jumping, but I mean, he had that angle completely covered. In fact, I think it would have been better if Wolfie went for the dunk. Yeah. I think it was more likely Beard was going to send that one back to the corner. But I was going to say they need to strike back, and they need to strike back quick. They don't want to have to result to a 0-second opportunity as a huge whiff from Sands off the backboard. And it looked like Wolfie could have blocked that shot out as well, and they get a great play and then just come back with this.
Yeah, that one's heartbreaking. They were so close, but I don't know. We've seen him regained here. 28 seconds left. Does Beard have some more magic in him? He's been the only one to score here. 5 goals. Can he find a 6th in the last little seconds here?
Oh, opportunity. Voakes awkward as Beard was looking for the aerial bump. Wolfie keeping the pressure. Beard actually going to turn on this. Didn't find the touch. All 3 players flat-footed. They're whipping on the goal line, but Sands respecting the defense, not wanting to press in. Can't really blame him. Huge dunk. Once again, Beard turning quick. Wolfie there as well. And this one slips past Sands, and this will likely be a Melons victory. At this point, he's just going to let the ball drop. Quick pop-up. Actually, Beard to the middle, but no one can quite get that. The pre-flip almost coming out. And, I mean, it was up, it was down, it was topsy-turvy. It was a very wild game number 3 right there, but Melons, again, coming out on top for the sweep.
Yeah, they pull up the sweep, and the Bandits just couldn't really get anything going. Even with Beard's 5 goals, which in Prospect League, very close to a record. The record is 6 goals. Multiple people have 6 goals, but he's got the 5-piece, but it wasn't quite enough there in that one. And the Melons, you got to give them credit. They did what they had to do. I think the Melons, a very solid team here. I mean, Voakes, Alpha, and Drips, they all looked really, really good in that one. But to me, it was still, obviously it was a sweep. You can't discredit a sweep, but the Bandits, I mean, just so many mistakes and uncharacteristic. They won, they won on Monday, so maybe just a bad night tonight. But the Melons, they did have a really good performance, able to secure the sweep. You can't often say, that they played bad necessarily when they're sweeping. So shout out to the Melons there, getting the brooms out on this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Melons, they didn't play bad, but I don't think they played great. It was just the Bandits beat themselves in that series. Mm-hmm. And I was, first of all, really impressed by Beard. I think he was by far the best player in the lobby right there. He looked like the fastest player, the most mechanical. He had a few kind of iffy situations on defense where he's trying to do a little bit too much, and the rotational play of the Bandits put him in those situations. But at the end of the day, I just needed more from Sands. I've seen him play in IGL before. I've seen him play in Challenger before. I know he's better than this. Just a lot of times where he's trying to be aggressive and didn't even end up making contact on the ball. Some whiffs, some missed touches, but I'm sure he'll come back in the upcoming games here and be better for his team. And Wolfie was just, I just feel like he couldn't get set up that well, but really it was just the Fear the Beard show, but it was not enough as the Melons still are able to find the sweep here.
Yeah, definitely. And, like you said, good performance from them. And yeah, I'll agree with you there. I think the one thing, Bagels, to note here is that, it's the beginning of the season. It's week 1, so we got a lot of time left in the season to to regain, to fix mistakes. I mean, the Melons are making mistakes, the Bandits are making mistakes. So for both these teams, I think it's a lot of positives. Obviously, the Melons a little bit more so getting the W. But everyone got to see the bright side here. A lot of time left to go in the season, so I'm sure we'll see some regains made for sure here. But yeah, that's pretty much a stream. We got one more thing here. No, we don't. But well, we do have one more thing. Sorry, just talking to the voices in my head. We do have one more thing before we end off the stream here. We got a little bit of an announcement to make, a little bit of a special announcement. I didn't actually let Bagels in on this one, so he's gonna kind of.
I can't spoil it this time.
He can't just leak it to everyone. The announcement like he did last time. What was the last one you did? It
was like merch related stuff.
Oh yeah,
It was. I thought it was announced, but it wasn't. And I said it. I opened my big fat mouth.
shout out the merch. Shout out the merch. Exclamation point merch in chat. If you guys want to get it, I think the link just popped up as well. But yeah, we do have a big announcement. I know some people have already seen part of this announcement. It's been in the Discord for a little bit, but Discord has started offering premium memberships. So basically, you can do a monthly subscription to help support Nemesis and get some cool perks in the process. So people have been testing it out. I mean, we did a little bit of a trial run. Just like a $5 subscription, and we had a bunch of people that just went out and bought it. All there was is a thank you from Rockerman and a little bit of access. So shout out to all those people who supported. But tonight we're happy to announce that we actually have some perks listed, and we've added a couple more tiers to the Discord membership. So we got 3 tiers in there. You guys can go check out all the perks, but there are a lot of cool ones in there. There is a huge list of perks. I couldn't even probably tell you all of them. But a lot of stuff like access to the record book, early access to Nemesis information, monthly giveaways, on-stream shoutouts, some behind-the-scenes stuff from me, some game nights with management, and even access to all the league chats for a couple of them there. So go check it out there. There are a lot of cool things, and it's a great way to support Nemesis here going forward, getting these memberships rolling. I'll let you guys check it out. I couldn't tell you everything because there's honestly there's a list of perks, but this is a great way to guys support Nemesis and get some cool stuff in the process. So besides just supporting us by watching on Twitch or whatever, this is a great way that you guys can go contribute monetarily and get some cool things, some cool access in the Discord, and some cool other perks as well. So we're excited to put out all those perks, and obviously there'll be some more updates, some more things to add in the future, but. Yeah, for now, go check them out. There's a lot of cool things on there, and hopefully we'll get some good support. We've already had some good support without even really releasing any perks. So hopefully we can keep it going. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. Anyone out there is watching. Anyone else who's been supporting. It means a lot to us, and hopefully we can kind of give back to you guys with these perks and give you guys another way to support us. So go check them out.
Well, if you ever wanted to check out Novice General Malding, now is your chance with that premium membership. Because I know if for any of the players in Titan League, you definitely don't get it there. It's the most quiet league general chat I've ever seen. But when stuff does pop off, it does pop off. But that's only about every 3-4 weeks. Meanwhile, Novice General is a field day each and every day. I can't even quite remember all the other benefits you listed off there, so we'll just have to wait for that announcement upcoming.
Well, you can see them in the Discord. If you click at the top, there's a premium membership, and it kind of shows you all the perks. But yeah, there will be an announcement to kind of more, spill it out. But all the perks are on there. There is a long list. I couldn't even tell you all of them because it just goes down, and the tiers stack up. So if you subscribe to the higher tiers, you get the lower tiers as well. So, but yeah, there is definitely a lot on there to enjoy.
Well, for anybody interested, go check all that out. As again, it was a pleasure here, Rockerman. I know it's been a while. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the chance to do this that much often with my new work schedule, but I'm definitely going to try and make do when I can, as I do always love this community here. Unfortunate that we got 2 sweeps back to back, I believe, right?
Yeah. The sweeps happen, though. I mean, hey, we got to get them out of the way early, Bagel, so that way when we get to the playoffs, we get,
no sweeps allowed.
have our play-in games just go into game 5. So we got to get them out of the way early here for sure. But I mean, it's always good when you get some good performances too. Get some new people on stream. It's good to see some new people, and hey, sweeps happen. You get to use the broom emote, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, I can't wait for Season 8 playoffs already, but we're going to have to wait till February for that. In the meantime, that is going to conclude our Week 1 action here. We will catch you guys back for Week 2 of Season 8 League Play coming up next Monday. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll catch you guys then.